Football, a worldwide sensation. Not only is it the world's most popular sport, it's also the planet's most popular television program. Fashion statement, public event, excuse to down a pint at the pub with the lads. It is the world's pastime. It's a sport that brings together nations and families, keeps fans enthralled, and has inspired billions to get up and get active. But for Americans, the name football simply made too much sense. Kind of like the metric system. For Americans, football means violence, big hits, crushing blow, all without the use of a single foot. Except for kickers and punters, exclusively on kickoffs, punts, field goals, and onside kicks. Football in America isn't just a sport. It's intertwined with our national identity. From bumper stickers to temporary, and sometimes permanent, tattoos, football is king in America. It even has its own day of the week. Well, actually, 3 days of the week. And if you count college and high school broadcasts, football programming is on American television channels 6 of the 7 days of the week. And it doesn't even make any sense. They wear helmets to protect their heads, then smash them into each other every single play. They have 7-man officiating crews at every NFL game, and still get calls like this, and this, and this. Wrong. I can't even believe it. How do you even get this many calls wrong? You guys are out there all the time. Keep your eyes on the field. Just watch the game and make sure everybody... And, lest we forget, they call it football, and yet 51 of the 53 players that make up an NFL roster aren't allowed to use their feet. What could a game like this have to teach anybody? Well, I think some of the game's very best could say it a lot better than I could.
This is it, man! This is it! We going for a ring, man! Nothing else don't matter, man! But he's coming today! That's what loyalty is! Loyalty is going inside your heart and find out who you really are! Make sure you look at your teammate today and you come out and you give pure hell today! This team ain't ready for us! Let's prove that they ain't ready for us! Oh! Let's go! My time is in! Game's up! Game's up! Game's up! Game's up!
Nothing in this league is free. Nothing's a gift. You can't just roll your helmet out there and play. You gotta go out there every play and earn it. And you gotta take it, man.
We just gotta do what we do. We play like we play. We be us. We be special. We smell flavors. We finish strong.
I got your back. Who got my back? I got your back. Who got my back? I got your back. Who got that sweat? I got that sweat. Who got that sweat? I got that sweat.
13 years ago, I walked in this locker room, and my greatest fear was not being successful. It was letting the men in the room down. Letting my teammates down. It was the 52 sets of eyes looking back at me. And 13 years later, on the doorstep of the last one, that's still my greatest fear, men. With 60 minutes left to go, it's my greatest fear. It's the pit in my stomach that has driven me for so long, was to give it all to you.
It ain't no doggone tomorrow, fellas. We gonna show up today, or we gonna show out.
We're gonna keep it. They might get back up. We're gonna hit them again. And when they're barely hanging on, what they gonna do? When they're about to go home tomorrow, what we gonna do? We're gonna hit them in the mouth. We're gonna bloody their nose. We're gonna bloody their ground. I need all of you.
Straight domination day.
Let's go have fun. Let's go have some fun.
Despite all the injuries, despite all the heartbreaks and the setbacks, all the cuts, scrapes, and bruises, these players get back up and get going. Even though it makes absolutely no sense at all. They love playing. Why? Well, for a game loved by so many, including themselves, the people that play rarely play solely for the love of the game. They play for the guys on their left and the guys on their right. The greatest to ever do it all had one thing in common. They played for their teammates. They played to earn their respect, to earn their trust, and to earn their admiration. All for a game a majority of the world views as the wrong to international soccer, or football's, right. When all signs say to go left, that doesn't mean going right is wrong. Just because the world tells you it's not the real football, doesn't mean it's not football. Just because it's called football, doesn't mean you can't use your hands. And when the world says kick, I challenge you to catch.